So I'll introduce David. This panel is No Agents Allowed, and I'm here with Mr. 403. For those of you, here's some laughs. For those of you who don't know, 403 is the digital equivalent of a hand in your face. When your agents try, I'm seeing a lot of it. When your agent tries to access a site, it just gets palms in the face and said, "You're not welcome here." That's David. So,
I'm not the bad guy here. Come on.
David is the. We got some real big bot manager fans here tonight, folks. David is the director of engineering at Akamai for fraud and abuse. He is the author of Reign of Botnets. And I have a copy here, right here. It was actually delivered by Amazon, like immediately, believe it or not. Well, AWS to be specific.
That's customer service right there.
He has over 25 years of experience working with web performance, security, enterprise, networking, across every role you can imagine. Product, architecture, engineering, pretty much he's done it all. So a couple questions in our kind of quick fireside chat here. So Akamai powers one of the largest bot management platforms in the entire world. And many of the people in this room are AI developers or run their own AI platforms. And so they're very, very familiar with your product because you've made their lives pretty difficult. And so on behalf of Silicon Valley and all the good agents and AI companies out there, David, why are you being so difficult?
I'm getting some love right there. So I mean, we're not being difficult in purpose. The challenge here is like we are dealing with a very complex ecosystem. You know, we have to deal with browsers, we have to deal with native apps, we have to deal with game consoles that potentially also consume the internet. We have to deal now with agentic, and that's kind of a new thing. And that's we obviously have to adapt the bot detection, bot management products to kind of fit in that new world where, at the end of the day, before it's automated, therefore it's bad, and it's not automated versus is good. So human versus bot, and of course between in automation, then we always also try very hard to kind of classify the type of automation. So recognizing web search engine versus SEO bot versus online ads versus social media. So all kind of established things that we've had for many years. That at the end, that was it. And the challenge there is how do you identify this? How do you classify those bots? So some are nice enough and they advertise themselves. They tell us like who they are. They tell us like, I'm Googlebot, I'm Bingbot, I am Meta. So great. But we also have a ton of bots who actually don't tell us because they don't know. They have to introduce themselves. They don't know. So we don't know who they are. But for us, if it looks like a bot, if it smells like a bot, then it's a bot. And the challenge here is like we talked earlier on about this Taylor Swift concert. Like today you could tell ChatGPT, find me some Taylor Swift concert for like $600. Now, in a traditional sense, that's called scalping. Scalping is you're using bots to kind of do this kind of work, scrape the internet to kind of find you some cheap tickets, and you were going to resell them. Now, how do you differentiate between the scalping and you as a user ordering your tickets through an agentic AI, and that comes with deeper identification, deeper authentication. So that's why I'm so excited about this KYA initiative, because that potentially can give me context into the bot management products that we need to kind of infer intent. So you're a bot, you're using a bot, great, but based on that authentication and identification, then we can infer intent and then use that to kind of say yes or no. Yes, you're allowed to pass because we have a token. We can verify that you say you're a particular person, and we can let that traffic go. So bottom line, yes, we are difficult, but we're trying to adapt, and we're here to, I'm glad to work working together to kind of make it evolve the bot management infrastructure and products in general to kind of make them more intelligent, to kind of differentiate all these nuances that now are coming.
Yeah. Well, on both sides of the market, both the merchants that we work with and the agent platforms, the agents, we're absolutely thrilled to work with Akamai as well. So we had an announcement yesterday between Skyfire and Akamai. Do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing?
Sure. I mean, initially, the whole concept is to help publishers with monetization. So, of course, the identification, having those bots who potentially wants to consume the content, be able to find a way for them to buy the content through this monetization aspect. But the part that's more interesting to me is merely about those identification authentication. One example that you and I talked about was for years we've seen those financial aggregators, so Plaid and Yodlee or Mint.com. You can use those products to potentially, if you have bank accounts with multiple institutions, you may want to use those products to kind of manage your bank accounts through those. The problem with those is like they're the kind of bots, or the kind of automation that at the end, they are going to tell me, I'm Chrome. It's like, well, yes, you're Chrome, but you don't look like Chrome. Your characteristics are not like Chrome. Your fingerprint looks weird. Your behavior looks weird. So therefore, I'm going to say, BS to that, and I'm going to say, you're not Chrome, you're a bot, and therefore you stay away. But now, with potentially this KYA protocol, we have an opportunity for this type of agent to register, and so that we have clarity of who they are. They clearly identify them as Yodlee or Mint or Plaid, so that we can then bring that context to our customers, the banks, so that they can decide whether this is, yes, we are good with this transaction, we're good with this, our users to kind of manage their accounts through those platforms and therefore allow the traffic.
Yeah.
So it's a complex environment overall.
So we'll wrap up with a quick last question here. Today, the primary interface, at least that we see, of agents going out and using the web is via websites, through what we talked about. We also see the rise of MCP servers. And so I'm wondering, from your perspective, is the future agents crawling websites and getting access through just the standard web UI, or does the world move to more of a programmatic API-based approach where agents are able to get access to MCP servers, call the tools, get the information they otherwise would from crawling a server?
I think it's going to be both, to be honest. I mean, I've been working on the internet for like 20 years, and I've seen the evolution of with Web 1.0, 2.0, and now 3.0. So, and if you look at the website, the way they are architected today, some are fully adopted to 2.0, with like everything is API driven, and it's all like single page app and etc. And you have like still some sites who are like very 1.0 feeling, which is every single interaction is a new HTML page. And then you have anything in the middle. So it's all going to be some tech-oriented company will adopt this new technology, these new protocols. But there's always going to be a lot of companies who don't have the ways to kind of, the engineering team to kind of evolve their side to be consumed different ways. So at the end of the day, for agents, if they want to also consume resource on those website, they'll have to adapt and then pretty much use a click button or simulate that user click button versus so for some more advanced technology-oriented companies, merchant, then they will potentially put like an MCP server available, and then interaction will be smoother. Right. So it's going to be, everything between the most basics to the most advanced and everything in between. That's kind of what I've seen in the past and what I expect to happen in the future as well.
That is a great segue to our demos. David, thank you very much for working with us, and thanks for being on stage. Let's hear it for David Senecal.